Hey guys, so this is an impromptu video um, because I'm hopefully this isn't too long, um, but because I want to get back to what my Sunday. I actually enjoy cleaning and organizing and things like that. I get a real sense of accomplishment when I love to clean. I love to organize and things like that in my home. But I I'm working on my book too. I am my new book is a going to be a series, and this is the first one in that series, and I'm only about halfway through. It's called Arabella's Bees. It's a young adult fiction book, and it's taking me so long to write it because of my daycare. Plus, I get distracted, like, oh, something shiny, and so today I've been making myself sit down and get 2 or 3 chapters done on it. But I do take up, like, write some, then I'll get up and I'll find something that needs to be cleaned or put away or what have you. But I will, and I'll take a break and I'll see what's new on Twitter or the Discord channel. I do want to say that I was very pleasantly surprised when I checked um, my OpenSea, my wallet, and whatever it's called. I'm so new to all that stuff. To find that I did receive, I won track 2 of um, NFT. Sorry, I'm not really sure exactly what they call them, but it was in the in the Discord channel. They play games and whatnot, and I'm not in there as often as I'd like to be, and I can't, but I do go in a lot of times and see if I'm missing anything. And I do like to check the games board and all that and to see what's going on. And a lot of times I may not say anything and I'll just work on something. One of the clue games, I'll just work on it on my own. And this time I was really very uncertain about my answer, but I did actually get it right. And so I got a Bob Dylan NFT, and it is track 2, which it only allows me to still be in the musical, take part in all the musical holders stuff, which is fine. One day I will have one of the other NFTs, but I'm still trying to build up my life, right? And to bounce back financially. But I was very excited to see that. And I had already received an offer of someone wanting to buy it. And no. I can't foresee myself ever selling it. You know, there are just things that there are things in my home. I'm just like this with things. Some things are sentimental to me. And as far as the Johnny Depp NFTs go, any that I managed to win or acquire, I have no intentions of selling them. Why would I do that? It it For me, it feels like a way of being able to be part of Johnny Depp's community and to support him. So whether I win them or am able to or someone gives me one, or I'm able to get one, I am not selling. It was cool to see that there was an offer, but I'm just like, no. You know, for one, I just won it, you know, and I'm thrilled about it. And it's one of the ones that has his signature on it. And no, not getting rid of it. I would love to have a print of one of his NFTs, if that ever becomes possible. But then I think there was something said about the value of it, or the rarity of it, decreasing if people are able to order prints, because they don't become as unique, I guess. But excuse me, things are really moving ahead in that. That's not what this video is about. But I wanted to thank the Never Fear Truth community for that NFT. It means a lot to me, even though I cannot participate as much as I would like in the server, just because my life is crazy busy. It's just nuts. And but it meant and means a lot to me that I received it. So thank you, Never Fear Truth. Thank you, Johnny Depp, for, I mean, I wouldn't even have it if it weren't for Johnny Depp. He started the whole thing, so, and he decided to share his art with the world. So thank you, Johnny Depp, because I feel like it's a gift. All right, now the reason I wanted to make this is because this impromptu video, Lord help me stay on track, is because I've been seeing some things on my Twitter feed. Like I said, I'll take a break and I'll go look at my Twitter. And if you're still hearing that noise in my videos lately, it is my computer over here, I have a desktop. And I'm hoping that you're not hearing it the way we have been or had. Okay, I guess I unplugged my headset, so I'm gonna have to, hopefully I didn't lose the first video that I just made. Oh man, I hope not. Anyway, so the reason that I am making these videos is because I've been seeing things on my Twitter, and I saw something today that I want to address. Seems to be like a lot of new stuff coming out. I guess this must be stuff that, like, the judge has unsealed. I'm really worried that I've lost that video. I hope not. There seems to be, I guess there's things coming out because the judge has unsealed everything. So there's even more stuff coming out that AH has said or done. And one of the things that was said, and this is very sensitive issue, but as a woman who's 53 years old, I feel like I can discuss this and have a mature discussion about it with you all, because it leads to what I wanted to initially say in this video. So what was posted was talking about JD having ED, erectile dysfunction, now, and saying that it had something to do with him getting angry and raping her with a bottle. Full stop. First of all, he did not rape her with a bottle. We know this to be false. She has absolutely no evidence to this. Just something her narcissistic mind came up with. And for her and her flying monkeys to use any physical problems or issues, whatever, that JD may have had, as a just to use that as a background for her made up fairy tale of this rape is disgusting. Whether he did or didn't, I mean, come on, man, she would make, first of all, AH would make an oak tree go limp. Okay? So, but for her to use something like that, whether he did or he didn't, but for her to use something like that and say it was a reason for him to become angry with her and rape her with a bottle is disgusting and just further for me solidifies her narcissistic illness. Now, I'm not doing this video to talk about JD's did or didn't have this ED. What I want to talk about is, as a 53-year-old woman, I want to talk about things that happen to you as you get older. Okay, to men and to women. And I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about how just the constant stuff that keeps coming out, you know, I guess as more things are coming to light, and we realize that what Johnny Depp had to put up with was even worse than what we already heard, if you can believe that. I listened to a 5-hour audio some months back, and in that 5-hour audio, most of it, 95% of it, was her just just word salad and just on him, and that's just what she does, you know. And but and I get where he, you know, he's coming from, having gone through that similar, you know, relationship, and just makes you just even happier that he's out of it. But let me get back to what I wanted to talk about first. Is things happen to you as you get older. For you men, you know, you will experience erectile dysfunction from time to time. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. A lot of women, you know, if something happens during sex and the man isn't performing, you know, some younger, I think more towards the younger women may think, is it me? And they may feel embarrassed, but as you get older, I promise you'll stop feeling like that. I remember with this guy once, and he was having some issues, and it just wasn't working, right? And he goes, "It's not you." And I didn't miss a beat. And I said, "Oh, I know." So because it's not you, it's just something that happens, especially as you get older. You get older, you get more tired, and in women, as you get older, you enter into menopause. Menopause can last for fucking years. Your body goes through so many changes, and yeah, the hot flashes are real, the night sweats are real, the mood swings are real. You lose libido as well, which is probably why it's been so easy for me to stay single, because I don't really could give a shit. I think what I miss the most just about being in a relationship would be maybe having someone to talk to, every day, to do things with, just the intimacy to, but not, sex isn't something that I really miss. And especially as you get older, what becomes more important to you? And I promise you this is true. The surface stuff, like looks and sex, and all that stuff, just becomes so low, so low on your list, if it's there at all, because as you age, everybody's body changes, inside and out, and a couple needs to have sustenance. It becomes more about having that depth with someone, because all the sex definitely fades. Not that you may never have it, but it becomes more about wanting to be, if you and your partner decide you want to be physical with each other and be intimately physical with each other, it doesn't become about the end game, you know what I mean, the finishing. It becomes about connecting, just connecting. And you may not even finish every time, and it's okay. It just becomes about connecting with your partner, and the rest of it just somehow is just not as important anymore, because the relationship becomes about the depth that the two of you have, and not necessarily shared interest, although that's definitely a plus, but sometimes being different can keep things interesting as well, because you can learn from each other, and you may discover something new that they like, that you didn't know about, that you may enjoy, and they may the same, may discover something about you that you enjoy that they didn't know about, and they might enjoy. You can learn from each other. So differences are good too, but like I said, it just becomes about that depth that you share, and much less about the physical. So again, I circle back to using a situation like having ED as an avenue to being violent, just continues to show her immaturity, her level of her lack of maturity, and it just, again, causes her narcissism to shine through, because only someone who is intent on damaging someone's career, reputation, and just hurting them, it's very easy to hurt a man, an immature man, by going after him that way, talking about his virality, going after him like that. And is that even a word? I don't know, but sounds right. An immature man, let me say, because I don't hear Johnny Depp firing back at her on any of this. He has shown such a level of maturity and restraint. Not sure I would have such restraint. He's doing exactly what you're supposed to do with a narcissist, and I'm proud of him for it. He's ignoring her, letting his legal team handle it. He is moving forward, and we see all the time. We see it. I mean, so much going on with him in his career and his moving forward. It's hard to keep up with everything. And I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him for joining social media too, back when COVID took hold, because it gave him a huge support group, a huge support system, and you need that when you're healing and moving forward from narcissistic abuse. You need that. He is still in that healing phase, and he may be for the rest of his life. It is not something that you can just turn, oh, I'm completely healed, I'm all better. That's not how it works. He will forever have triggers and whatnot and things like that, but he has a wonderful support system. But his trust is in not just her, but I guess in people in general, is broken. I can only speak from my personal, viewpoint, that I don't trust people. I mean, even the people in my life, I don't. I think it's part of the reason why I've withdrawn pretty much from the world, even in my relationships. My sister video chatted with me yesterday, and she's like, I know I have to plan these things well in advance with you. So she planned a date for August 20th for her to come over, and we're going to work on that little garden area out front of my house. And I'm already like, I can feel my anxiety creeping up about it, but at the same time, I know that it's good for me to interact with other people, especially my family, my sisters. But when you've been through narcissistic, I'm not making light of abuse, but narcissistic abuse is in a whole other level. I mean, it really is. And it causes you to not trust people in general, because you start looking at everybody differently, much less having a love interest again. You don't know, So, I mean, the part of, the song that Johnny Depp did, this is a song from Miss Hedy Lamarr, the lyrics where he's talking about not believing in humans anymore. That resonates with me big time. I get it. And you don't want to feel that way. You want to believe that everyone is basically good, and I think that they are, but I also know that everyone has a dark side, and it just depends on, I guess, what their motives are as to which side that they let shine, And so it's very hard to trust. But I'm getting off track, really. As far as AH goes here, I'm not surprised to see more evil coming out as things get revealed.
as far as I know, she's been kind of quiet lately. I don't know if someone has warned her to keep quiet. I know she's got some kind of book deal pending or whatever's going on there. And she better watch herself because she's going to find herself in court again. But the thing is, see, I fully believe, I can't imagine what publisher wants to get wrapped up in that. But I fully believe that her narcissistic ego will have her write that book. And she's going to say some things that will defame not just Johnny Depp, but other people. And I think she's going to find herself back in court, not just by Johnny, but more than one person, you know, depending on what's in that book. But she's not going to be able to help herself. Because in her mind, she's absolutely right. She believes everything that she has said. You know? And that is the really scary thing about narcissism. They believe their own lies. They just aren't straight, you know? So, back to my original reason for doing this video. If you are someone who maybe you're a little bit fixated on the physical appearance of someone, you better get over that. Because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with needing to be attracted to somebody. Sure, I mean, that has to be part of it. But if you're fixated on that, you're going to be disappointed a lot sooner than you think. Because time has a way of changing our bodies inside and out. And if you are with someone whose libido is slowing down or gives out and they just aren't into it from time to time, it doesn't mean they aren't into you. But if you make it about that, then it becomes about you. Like I said, you have to have that depth with someone so that if a situation like that arises, I'm sorry, honey, I don't know what's wrong. I just can't do this tonight. I don't know what's, you have to be the type of partner that can embrace that and be okay with it and say, oh, I understand, and just cuddle with each other, just hold each other, validate each other, respect each other. Because in the end, it's about how someone makes you feel. It's not about what they can do for you, whether they can get you off or not. It's about how they make you feel up here and in here. That's the stuff that makes a relationship solid. Take what you can use, throw the rest of it away. God bless. I'm going to get back to my writing.